Hi, this is Shui with a review of the Reebok Cloudride DMX 5 or DMX Cloudride 5. I've been the biggest fan of the first Reebok DMX Cloudride for a number of reasons. I've hauled almost a dozen of these because they're so good. The flexibility, the ventilation, the fit, the lockdown, the cushioning, namely the cushioning and the traction, is out of this world. The DMX cushioning has not always been perfect. They would either expire, puncture, or they don't really feel that great. The Run DMX 10, I think that's the conventional, typical running model that most people know the DMX cushioning shape and function and design, something that they've been familiar with that represents the DMX cushioning. For basketball, it will be the Answer 4, where you see Allen Iverson in the finals stepping over Ty Lue after breaking his ankles, wearing those Answer 4s. But the Answer 4s, the cushioning was mostly on the really thick polyurethane insole, and the DMX was quite minimal. If you actually wore that shoe, the traction is pretty bad, and the DMX will wear out rather quickly, although you can feel the air moving, as you can see, moving air. So this one is very resilient. This is the Cloudride, DMX Cloudride, the first one. No serial numbers attached. I love this for a number of reasons, including the cushioning, which is amazing. It's not too high. It's relatively decently low to the ground. At the same time, you can feel the air moving, providing you with the cradling cushioning and the rebound and the bounce back and the energy return and the shock absorption as well. The heel toe drop was decent, but the longer you wear and run around with it, you will feel the heel sinking down a little bit because there's more weight there than the forefoot. But they did a nice job of having having decent chambers to have the air circulating properly. And as you can tell by the traction, I've worn a bunch of these, and this one I've worn for close to half a year intensively. But whether I wore them out at outdoors or indoor courts, the traction is amazing and they're amazingly durable. The last one, the DMX, punctured out because I wore them for over a year, but the outsole pattern remained relatively the same. This is an excellent adaptation of the waffle outsole, and the traction is amazing. The only downside is that it's for forward movements, not for lateral movements. So if you are sensitive about tripping or spraining your ankles, you don't want to wear this for tennis or basketball or any other activities that requires aggressive side-to-side lateral movements. If you're pretty comfortable and have a sturdy ankle that's able to wear shoes that don't really have great outriggers or great ankle support or a wide base, then by all means go do that. I don't sprain my ankles very often, but even I felt a little bit insecure every now and then when I was moving aggressively to this side, the lateral movements. So one thing that's good is that the new version, finally a new version is out. Actually, it's been out for some time. I just didn't take notice because I forgot about the subsequent models being just as good. This is the Reebok Cloudride DMX, or DMX Cloudride 5. Yes, it's the fifth one. The second, third, and fourth one had some disappointments. They continue with the good EVA or polyurethane combination midsole, which is soft, and the DMX, the large volume DMX, it's still there to get the job done. It's almost the same structure as the first DMX, and it's continued until the second and third and the fourth one. But the biggest difference was the insole, which is amazing. They did not have this insole. This is a unique combination of polyurethane. I don't know what else is in there, but it's a very solid, soft, and responsive polyurethane type of insole. They forgot to include these. They just had a decent basic ortholite insole, which didn't work well in tandem with the DMX cushioning. And now this is back after being absent in 2, 3, and 4. And the traction has been awful for 2, 3, and 4. They just had like basic lines, thinking that it's just for walking or aerobics or indoor workouts. So for guys who are crazy enough like me to actually take this out to court and play basketball with them, this is amazing traction. And the groove is so deep, it'll be just as, I don't know if it's going to be just as resilient and durable as the Cloudride ones, but they look like they have a lot more deeper grooves than many of the models out there. And I love the fact that they brought the Reebok, classic Reebok logo back from the triangle, which I don't really fancy. You see a lot of that in the UFC lineup of clothing and apparels and shoes. The tongue is separated instead of a one-piece upper, so that's good. I love to have that ability to slip your shoe in and then lace them up and then they get the job done. The mesh is all around. It's very ventilated, well ventilated, just like the first one, but they have a lot more wider fused coating to provide better lockdown. And on the heels, they have a lot more improved padding to make sure it clutches and hugs your heel and ankle better, and they do not have this scratchy bit here at the heel, which kind of sometimes digs into your Achilles. So they've eliminated that. It's a one piece with just a little pull tab attached, so that's great. And they both weigh about the same. A size 9 weighs about 330 grams, so not crazy featherweight, but a lot lighter than most shoes out there that's packed with amazing cushioning technology. So this is a keeper. Go find them, but unfortunately you need to be careful with the size because they say it's unisex, but they're usually designed for women, and they come a little bit narrower, and they give you a size 9, size 10, which would be size 9 for men. They would just go up a size and pretend that's your size 9 men's size, but it could be a little bit tight, so go up a half size. So if they say they're giving you a 9, ask them for a 9.5.